This year, as I prepared for the Yizkor service, I spent a long time reflecting on stories of my loved ones who have died. Memories that are tucked away in the corners of my mind, waiting always to be revisited. As I thought of my aunt, my grandparents, and dear friends whom I've lost, I began to wonder what memories stood out for other people about the lives of those that they've lost. And in my search, I found something wonderful online. A Reddit forum, an online forum, from 3 years ago titled, "Tell Us a Story of Your Loved One." And story after story moved me to tears. It was embarrassing. One person wrote, "When my wife was 7, her uncle took her to the dog pound to show her where the strays go after they get caught. She was so distraught when she found out that they put them to sleep if no one claimed them, that when the guy in charge was distracted, she unlocked all the cages and let the dogs loose. When I hear the song, 'Who Let the Dogs Out?' it was my wife. She let the dogs out." Another wrote, "After my dad passed away last April, he was only 45. You see why I cried. My mom told me that when we were little, whenever we would play outside in the summer, Dad would take his shirt off and hold out his arms to the side, and he would tell Mom, 'Hopefully the mosquitoes will bite me instead of them.' And my dad always hung out outside in the summer with his shirt off. He was so selfless." And some shared more difficult stories. One person wrote, "My parents had a difficult relationship, and my dad was forced to divorce my mom, even though it broke his heart. After, he tried hard not to drink. He went from pints of vodka to beer, but turned ultimately to amphetamines to cope. The night he died, I could sense it. I fell to my knees and I cried. We had a spiritual connection, and he had tried so hard." One comment summed up my experience of encountering these shared memories. "Reading this thread is warming my cold, exhausted heart. It's therapeutic to share stories about those we mourn." What struck me about this online forum was not only the stories themselves, which were amazing, but the tenderness of strangers sharing them, creating a space where memories build bridges. As mourners, we might not want to hear well-meaning platitudes, "I'm so sorry for your loss," or "I couldn't even imagine." But there can be some comfort in answering questions about our loved ones. What's your favorite memory of them? Or what's something they taught you? There's an ancient Jewish tradition that teaches us how to share the wisdom of those who came before us. It's called B'Shem Omro, literally, in the name of the one who said it. In the Talmud and Tractate Yevamot, the rabbis are concerned with how we learn from our dead. Rabbi Yehuda ben Yechezkel, a prominent 3rd century rabbi, recalls a question from his late teacher, Rav. He asks, "What is the meaning of the verse from Psalms, Agura ve'ohalecha olamim, I will dwell in your tent, God, in worlds?" The difficulty Rav teaches lies in the word worlds. He asks, even with a bit of sarcasm, which is all over the Talmud, is it possible for a person to live in 2 worlds simultaneously? In response, Rav invokes a prayer of King David. "Master of the universe, let it be your will that when I am gone and have passed on to another world, others will speak matters of Torah in my name in this world." Essentially, teaching B'Shem Omro bridges the world of the living with the world of the dead. Expanding on this idea, another rabbi, Yochanan bar Nafcha, takes solace in a lesson from his teacher, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, who offers a comforting image. When the words of a teacher are shared in their name, it is as if their lips, even from the grave, mouth the words and speak again. When we share the teachings of our mentors, when we share the stories of those we've loved and lost, it is as if they are still here. Time after time, I'm touched by how the rabbis invoke the wisdom of their teachers and of rabbis who lived generations before them. By speaking B'Shem Omro in the name of the one who said it, the rabbis offer us a way to engage with the dead across time and worlds. The Talmud, like an early Reddit forum, sort of, allowed them to revisit their mentors' lessons, stories, and interpretations across generations. In the same way that we continue to learn from our early sages by name, sharing the wisdom of those who came before us, B'Shem Omro, keeps them alive in our world, in our lives, and in our relationships. Today, as we say Yizkor, let us revisit our memories of those who have died, tucked away in our minds. And when we feel ready to do so, share their wisdom in our world. And when others approach us in their grief, let us be brave enough to ask for their stories, to sit in healing silence if they're not yet ready, or to join the sacred conversation that bridges those worlds. Rabbi Hannah Ellenson, who lost her father, the great late Rabbi David Ellenson, Zichrono Livracha, offers an interpretive translation of our prayer for the dead. We pray, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, mechayei hametim. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of all, who makes even those who have died live.
In the rising of the sun,
we remember.
In the blowing of the wind,
We remember.
in the opening of buds,
We remember. We remember.
in the blueness of the sky,
We remember.
in the rustling of the leaves, we remember. As the year starts and it ends, we remember. We remember. When we're weary and need strength, we remember. When we're lost and sick at heart, we remember. When we've joys we yearn to share, we remember. We remember. So long as we live, they too shall live. They are now a part of us. They are now a part of us. They are now a part of us. As we remember. We remember.